What's
Danny
up,
is
Emmanuel? How are you,
good,
bro?
pretty good. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So, one of the things I've noticed the most and in watching well, actually it's this week's episode. So there's not a spoiler because fans will have already seen it. Is we get another change in your facial hair this season. Uh can you talk a little bit about for you as an actor being able to play Miguel and you see him go through all these stages in life and also the changes in what we see in his facial appearance?
Man, Miguel is a gift that keeps on giving. Just to play somebody, to play a character who has that kind of range. His intellectual range, his emotional range, his instability. In terms of his security, right? The way that our writers write him in such a non-stereotypical fashion, the challenges the obstacles that they put in Miguel's way and in my way, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's not often where you've been on a show for multiple seasons where you truly get frightened, you truly are intimidated by the ideas that are being put out by the showrunner like Elgin, or our writing staff. When you're given the concept that your character is going to transform from being the top of the food chain, right, to from being the predator to being the prey, to being the person who needs to seek refuge, the person who needs to go into hiding, the person who needs to change his appearance so completely so that he isn't found out. That's exciting, and there are moments that are terrifying because you're just like, how do I pull this off? And it's one of those things where it's just it's, you got to take it little by little, and try to immerse yourself completely into the new surroundings of Miguel. So I went to set early. I went to that convent when we weren't even shooting, just to understand what it would feel like, and to know that Miguel had been there for several months. I really wanted to be comfortable there, within the discomfort of him, being, for all of this being new to him. When we first see Miguel, he's been there for months.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted for it to seem unsettling to see Miguel there, but for it to feel like he'd been there for a while.
You talk about it being the gift that keeps on giving as an actor, and a lot of credit obviously you and your peers give to Elton James and his writing. Because a lot of times I feel like you're brought in, and in the beginning of it, like most shows, and we're kind of used to this, to see you're playing a stereotypical bad guy, somebody who's leader of the cartel. So obviously it's you're going to be this and this way. But in the 4 seasons now that we've seen Miguel, we've seen the family man. You've seen him in caring for his mom, for his wife, and now we get this, like, peel back everything, take away all his goods, like you're saying, and really get to know who is Miguel Galindo, just the man. And so when you get that script for this season, what was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think my response to that, Emmanuel, is that the uh, his position as the head of a cartel is stereotypical, but the way that, in much the same way that the head of the mafia would be an Italian or an Italian American, is stereotypical, right? But the level at which that Miguel Galindo has been written, and is not stereotypical, right?
Mm-hmm.
The range, because I think stereotypes are rooted in lazy writing, right? Where you have kind of a mustache twirling villain, right? who has no depth and, who has, no range. That's not to say that Miguel should be, his action should be glamorized or, should be softened in any way. Because that I think would be dangerous. And I think that's kind of absurd, right? I think to see the repercussions of the violence that Miguel has propagated is almost a cautionary tale, to see that what has befallen on him and his family because of his choices. That, to me, I think is a story worth telling. A stereotypical character is not worth playing, in my opinion. Stereotypical story is not worth telling, in my opinion. But that's why, movies like Goodfellas and The Godfather have taken these stereotypical mafioso characters and have really developed a mythology, an understanding, kind of, and a range for these characters to play. And I think that that's the mold that Elgin has kind of infused not only into Miguel, but into the Mayans themselves. I mean, they are also an organized crime family, the Mayans, and also showing how the Department of Justice in the United States can also be seen as a criminal organization when it's run by somebody as nefarious as Potter. So it's blurring the lines between the criminality and justice, and upping the stakes of what you're willing to do to protect your gang, your crew, your family. That kind of tribalism is present everywhere we look, right? It's present in politics, it's present on the streets, it's present from country to country, from sports team to sports team. That tribalism is something that's alive and well. And so whenever I get my script, I tear through it like a fan. I cannot wait not only to find out, what is happening with Miguel, which more often than not, I would have had a conversation with Elgin and with the writers, and I would kind of know what's coming. What I'd know less is what is going on with the Mayans, what's going on with Adelita, what's going on with Emily, right? What's going on with Letty, what's going on with Hope. There are all of these other storylines that I'm not privy to, that I very much enjoy reading and finding out what is going on, especially in season 4, because season 4 truly is driven by our characters we've known for multiple seasons, but we haven't gone home with. We're finally going home with a lot of these characters. And you're seeing the depth and the range, not only of these characters, but of these fantastic actors that I get to work with every day, and you're seeing some exceptional performances.
Yeah, because at this point, every one of your characters have really left an imprint on fans. So for you as an actor and being so invested with Miguel, what is it like for you seeing like the first few weeks of Mayans already premiered and people, asking, clamoring, where is Miguel at, and having their own opinions and being really anxious to see him come back on the big screen?
Emmanuel, I've had tweets written out. I've had Instagram posts written out and not sent them, because I just wanted to preserve everybody's innocence to Miguel. I didn't attend the premiere, which was difficult because I'm so invested into our Mayans family and wanting to support everybody's efforts, even though Miguel's wasn't in the premiere or in the second episode. I still wanted to be there to support everyone, but in order to preserve our big surprise, that Miguel was coming out, that he was going to be revealed in episode 4, I couldn't really partake in the back and forth, online or at the premiere. But I'm very, very much looking forward to getting involved in the chatter on social media, and to have a back and forth with the fans who've been fantastic. I mean, a lot of those posts made me laugh out loud, and I saw them and I appreciated the love.
Yeah, we missed you at the premiere. I had a chance to be invited and to really mingle with all you guys. And what I think what really stands out is just how active you guys are on the social platforms with the fans, because every week it just seems like you guys are very interactive, and you can really tell how much love and how much sweat and tears you guys really put into it because of just how much you guys appreciate that interaction. Um, you know what? Unfortunately, that is my time. So, Danny, once again, thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate getting to share another moment with you to talk more about the series.
Emmanuel, I appreciate you. I appreciate your questions. And I appreciate that tauntaun behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been looking at that dude the entire interview. That is so awesome.
Yeah, I found it in a random retro shop that it was like a just there, and I said, "How much for the tauntaun?" And they're like, I was like, "Sure."
And I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Yes. Danny, again, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we get to talk to you again.
Same here, brother. Take care.
Take care.